Today marks the start of the busiest travel week of the year with just 3 days until Thanksgiving. The Port of Seattle says they're seeing the number of travelers already close to pre-pandemic levels.
Fox 13's Brian Flores is at Sea-Tac Airport to show us how they're handling all the crowds.
Well, crowds is definitely the word, as we've been seeing all day long here at Sea-Tac Airport. They've been coming in droves as travelers are heading out for the Thanksgiving weekend. Again, they're expected to get busier as we get closer to the actual holiday. The number of travelers is something we have not seen here, at least at the airport, for a couple of years because of the pandemic. As we go to some video now, this weekend alone, there were around 45 to 46,000 people flying out of Sea-Tac. Airport officials say this week they're expecting 129,000 people today, 132,000 on Wednesday, and then 136,000 next Monday when people return home. That's an increase between 85 to 88% than what we saw pre-pandemic 2 years ago. So of course, that being said, be prepared for long security lines, full parking lots as well. The other issue is staffing since the pandemic, and airport officials believe that's being addressed.
From our perspective, things should be pretty stable regardless of any vaccinations as conditions of employment. I do know that TSA is bringing in some extra officers for the weeks of between November 23rd and 30th to make sure that we're appropriately staffed for those big travel peaks.
If you're heading out for the holiday this week, they say, as always, to give yourself ample time to go through the extra long security lines, parking, picking up and dropping off. Use public transportation or shuttles as much as you can because the parking lot is pretty full already. Travelers we spoke with today say it's all about planning ahead, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty crazy, but I don't know, I checked to make sure like how much time I needed to have, and I did sign up for like the spot saver thing, but kind of planned poorly because we're not going to go through till 8, so I was like, let's just go through regular general check through and see if we can get in.
It's going really well. I mean, as you can tell, the lines are long. People are anxious to get home to see family and friends since the pandemic and everything, so sort of like myself, just got back from deployment, so I'm looking forward to see family and friends for the holidays. So looking forward to a hot meal, some fellowship, and some good football.
There are several ways to prepare. The first one is what's called Spot Saver. You can basically save a spot in line at security. You go on the Sea-Tac Airport website, you book a time to go through, then you head to the designated spot where the Spot Saver is, and you're on your way. The other bit of advice, picking up family and friends by using the improved cell phone lot instead of parking on the shoulders, and then also pick up your loved ones from the departures area in the evening and then drop them off at arrivals in the morning. As we take a look at the lines right now, overall not too bad at this very moment, but this could change all throughout the week. Airport officials say they're expecting 1.5 million travelers. That stems from last Thursday and when the traveling period began to next Monday. By the way, the busiest travel days are going to be this coming Wednesday and on Monday, next Monday, when the travelers return back. At Sea-Tac Airport, I'm Brian Flores, Fox 13 News.
Brian, thank you. Finding a parking spot at the airport and even off-site could be a challenge. Airport officials say the lots have been filling up quickly. This morning, there were just a few open spaces, but that will likely change, especially as the week progresses. Officials say you should consider other options.
Light rail is a great option. Checking out the other different options from a transit standpoint, or rideshare, taxis, shuttles, those kinds of things are a great option. Essentially what we've got going on is that during the pandemic, everyone has changed their mode of travel because they haven't done as much rideshare, so they're driving their own cars. So what that does now is it puts a bigger pressure on our airport parking garage.
He says make sure to give yourself extra time, of course, arriving 2 hours ahead for domestic flights and 3 hours early for international.